Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Disease Reversal Project. Let's reverse your type 2 diabetes. I'm so excited. So let's get started. Before we begin, here we are. We're just getting going, and here comes your first level of homework. Print off the following. You actually should have already done this. So you should have in front of you Healthy Habits for Diabetes, Rolling Blood Glucose for Diabetes, and a Diet Diary sheet for diabetes. One copy of both the Diet Diary and the Healthy Habits will probably suffice. The Rolling Blood Glucose, you may need to print off multiple pages. And this is going to be crucial. Homework is really a necessary thing when you want to make significant changes in your world. So please have these printed off and right next to you, because we're going to be talking about them very soon. Also, please collect the following pieces: a current list of your medications. So what are you taking now, including the strength and how often. Also, write out a list of your problems, a list of your concerns. And this can be things that are going on with your physical self. They may be emotional issues that you're dealing with. There could be some mental concerns that you have. Write everything down. Also, if you have labs, blood work that was done on you within the last 6 months, please get a copy of that. The reason is you need to keep all of your stuff in one concise place, all of your medical information. This is really important so that you know what is going on in your body. And you're going to need additional labs run. So if we can compare what you've been looking like with what you will look like, that's going to be so much fun. Just for the sheer fun of it, make sure you've got some recent labs to compare with your next round. Now, if you have not gotten a physical exam and some blood work done in this last 6 months to a year, then please go back to your primary care physician and get a routine annual exam with blood work. Last but not least, take a picture of yourself right now. No, seriously, get your phone, take a selfie. I think most people know how to do this these days. Again, this is for the before and after comparison. Don't believe me? Well, if you don't take a picture of yourself, you're gonna wish you had. Seriously, I've been doing this for a long time with hundreds and thousands of people. You're gonna want before and after snapshots, both for your physical and for your biochemical. That's why the blood work is important. All right, now we're going to talk about the things that must be monitored and why. And this is crucial. Listen to me, folks. This is really super duper important. You've got to start monitoring both your signs and your symptoms now. And I'll explain what that means. The reason for this is you need to know when it's time to call your prescriber to request a lower dose of your current medication. Or a discontinuation of your current medication. This is why I need you to keep everything handy. And it will prove to your prescriber that you have created the lasting changes necessary to reverse your disease. Yes, that very disease that your medical doctor told you you couldn't reverse. We're gonna get it done. Woo! Now, that's celebratory stuff. Let me tell you what the different things are to be monitoring. You've got subjective parameters to monitor, and all that means is what you are feeling. These are symptoms. Symptoms are things like feeling shaky or sweaty or irritable, dizzy, hungry. And if you combine the irritable/angry with the hungry, that can present a picture that everyone knows as hangry. If you become confused, and this doesn't have to be a long-term thing. You just may have a moment of, huh? What? Say that again. Feeling anxious or lightheaded, feeling unstable or weak, feeling your heart racing or pounding. Those are all symptoms. Those are things that you subjectively feel, and you need to write them down, because the more frequent any of these things become, that means that you are probably over-medicated and your prescriber needs a phone call from you. But wait, there's more. There are also objective parameters that you need to monitor. This simply means what can be measured. These are called signs. Okay, now the big thing in diabetes is monitoring your blood glucose. So easy, right? You're doing this anyway. You should be keeping a record of it. If you're not, you now have the rolling glucose log for you to put your blood glucose reading. If you're already checking your blood glucose multiple times because your prescriber thinks that if you are not currently, quote, controlled or managed with your diabetes, then you're going to have to take your blood glucose multiple times in a day. If you are considered managed or your blood glucose is under control, then chances are you're only taking your blood glucose once a day. That's fine. I'm not going to ask you to take it more than once a day if that's what you're currently doing, but I am going to ask that you start taking it at different times of the day, which you'll see on your rolling time frame. And that's so that you can see if you're having dips or peaks that maybe you weren't expecting. Okay, we want to know, are your numbers dropping consistently over the course of the day? So you're going to be referring back to this homework that I've given you, these handouts, all throughout the day. Now that you know what signs and symptoms are, the objective and subjective parameters that we monitor, let me tell you again why this is so important. First and foremost, it's to keep you safe. First and foremost, keep you safe. The second reason to watch these signs and symptoms and write them down is to allow you to become more aware of and connected with your one and only awesome body. I want you to get to know you again. This will also point out habits and trends, especially as you're watching your rolling glucose, your blood sugar throughout the day, and then being able to match that up with your diet diary so that you can see what certain foods or food combinations are doing to your blood glucose in real time. And when you're keeping track of both your signs and your symptoms, you can prove improvement both to yourself and to your prescriber. That leads us to you getting off the drugs. That's it for what we need to know before we even get started. I hope that you are ramped up and ready to learn what I've got for you in Module 1, how to eat real food. Yeah, you thought you knew that, didn't you? You might find a few things in here that you just didn't know. I hope that's going to be the case. All right, let's have some fun.